Hi, Scott Stoltz here with Create Your Great, and I wanted to share a story and a lesson I recently learned and providing a ton of value to me, and I think it could be helpful for other people too. As we go forward in our journeys of business, of entrepreneurship, of creating our career, creating our fulfillment, and bringing value to the world. And I recently had an experience with some colleagues, with some peers, in which we got together with great intentions to produce, provide, and put great work out there, work of value. At least we thought, we were initially on the same page with providing valuable content and service and support to people in the private community as well as in the corporate. And it turns out that our initial goals and objectives, we did not meet them, and we didn't accomplish what we wanted to accomplish. And we've recently had Postmortem, and I walked away from it feeling so good and so much better, knowing, and I knew myself that this particular venture with colleagues in which we wanted to provide value and support, and it was really professional development work. And I knew in the last few weeks that I had great lessons to learn from this experience. I wasn't even really looking at it as a failure. But what happened was when we got together to Postmortem and we talked through and listened to each other about what were the things that worked and what were the things that didn't work, the biggest thing, among several, one of the biggest things that came up is that we were never aligned in our mission. And it's really important as you go forward, again, whether you work for a large company, whether you're part of a team, whether you're a solopreneur, an entrepreneur, bringing partners in, whether you're a small business owner, a medium-sized business, and you have customers, clients, and partners, it's really critical. I learned such a good lesson. And it's something that I think it's one of those things, again, in our professional career, we know about it, it makes sense, but when brass tacks, when the rubber hits the road, we overlook it. It's so critical to be aligned in your mission. So in this particular case, there were 6 and 7 really good people who all have great backgrounds, a lot of talent, and different things to bring to the table. And we had an idealistic view and something we wanted to accomplish together, but we were not aligned in how we were going to do it, and we were not aligned in the end product of exactly what we were going to deliver to our customers. Hey Jillian, hey Ken, and Ken, I know you know this well. Jillian, we've talked about this a lot ourselves too. And we just weren't aligned. We all have our own businesses. We all have our own services and products that we provide. So we had good intentions, but we had different views on how we would provide as a group in our partnership, in our collaboration. We had different views on how we would provide support to the community and potentially to corporate clients. So it didn't work out. And it didn't work out because we never aligned on our mission. It's not because we didn't get along. We don't and weren't the best of friends. You don't need to be best of friends with people that you work with and partner with and colleagues. You want to get along with them, of course, and if you are friends, that's great, but you don't need to be. But you need to be aligned in your mission. So I share this with you, and I ask, as you go forward in your current ventures, again, whatever your current situation is, in a company, as an employee, even if you're part of a team, if you work for a big company and you're part of a team, ask, and even if you're not the manager or the leader by title, bring it up to the group. Make sure in your team meetings that you're aligned with where you're going. And then you can figure out, because remember, one other really good lesson I learned is that you can always figure out the how. And we know this, I know it, you all know this, you figure out the how. The why is really, really important. And we talk about it a lot in Create Your Great. I know Ken Course, and I'm reading Ken, your comments that, we realize that sometimes teammates aren't fits, partnerships don't always work, and it can lead to painful things, it could lead to some sleepless nights, but again, it's never personal, and if you can be aligned with other people, even if you're not close with them, if you can be aligned in your mission, it will likely work out. If you're not aligned in your mission, even if you're great friends and you love being around those people, it likely won't work out. So yeah, Ken, absolutely. So again, the why matters. Start with your why, start with your mission, know where you're all going. We had good intentions, and we got together thinking we're going to help support other people in their professional development, but we had different visions of everything from how we would deliver to how we would market it to what the tenor and tone and makeup of workshops and corporate events and all that would be. And It didn't work out. It's not a failure because we learned great lessons, and they're all going to help us going forward. So just the number one thing I can share out of many, and I could talk for an hour on so many good lessons learned from this experience, but the main one I wanted to share today is focus on your mission. And even if you're not close, great friends, best friends, you don't even really like some of your colleagues, and that's not the case with me in my situation. We just were different. I like and respected each of them, but we were coming from different places. We all had good intentions, and they're all super talented. We all do great things in our own business, but as an entity, it didn't work because we were missing the mission, we were missing the why. So think about what your why is in your own work, think about it with your team, think about it with your business, think about it even with your customers, your partners, because when you're aligned on those fronts, your business will be much more successful, and more importantly than that, it'll be impactful. So what are you thinking about with your business today that can change and elevate from a mission standpoint? Are you aligned with everybody that you need to be? Ask yourself that question. Feel free to comment here. Ken, thanks for chiming in. Jillian, it was good to see you as always on here, and it's such good input. People, for those of you who see this later, feel free to connect with Ken. He teaches a lot of this kind of work. He's really good at it. He can get your focus, your mindset, and your vision straight as well if you are starting and creating a business. Ken, we'll connect on this topic real soon. All right, all, and I will see you soon as well. Remember, no matter what you're doing out there every day, create your great.